This is a 2026 Chevy Traverse High Country. And I'm going to answer the question, what's new for 2026? I borrowed this SUV from Seiner Chevrolet here in Salt Lake City. It is available for sale. They have like 3 or 4 other ones available too. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description. You guys see the colors, radiant red. And then here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. Base price does come in at $57,100. And then here are all the options. So radiant red tint coat was $495. Destination is $1,895 with a total price of $59,490. And then here are the Philly common numbers off to the side. So the only thing that really changed this year is the price. So this did go up by $1,300 for 2026. So if you could find a 2025, save the money now because I'm sure that you can get a discount. And like I said, nothing really changes from what I can see. This one has really no options except for the paint. So everything that you see on this SUV comes standard. Now you guys can see LED headlights, has the sequential turn signal, and it has the arrival light. So when you unlock it, the lights pretty much do a dance. Now on the front end, you have a satin finish on the grille with some black accents, front camera, and I believe that's your adaptive cruise control right there. Front parking sensors, even off to the side. And the red actually looks really good on this too. Now here's a quick peek at the suspension. So it's gonna have a McPherson front suspension setup here, independent. And here are the tires. These are Continental tires, 275/45/22, so 22-inch wheel, 6 lug. And it does have a fabric material in the liner. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. But overall, I do like the wheel design. And why would you buy this over a Suburban, right? This thing's $60,000. Well, obviously, this being the highest trim level, you get a lot of nice features. And I really do like that the Traverse is more of like a unisex. I think in the past, it's always been more of a female SUV. And they really fixed that. I like the gloss black that runs from the front over on the fender flares here. And it is a gloss black down below there too, including on the mirror caps with the turn signals and cameras to make up that 360 camera view with blind spot. A little bit of chrome here, and you have smart key on the front and rear doors, independent rear suspension, more parking sensors off on the side here. So when you're pulling into your garage, this makes it a little bit easier. Full LED tail lights, you have the quad tip exhaust. And I think this is where they really went the distance on the design on this thing too out back. They do hide that hitch, and this one does have all-wheel drive. This camera has a sprayer to clean it off too. Power liftgate, and look at this. This pretty much has very similar space behind the third row seat. Now you guys see here, you can drop the second row, and this third row is power. You have more storage, and it's pretty deep below the floor here. If I want to put these back up, you have to hold the buttons, but they're pretty quick, I would say. And if you want to put this back down, by the way, there is a light right there. Love to see lights. I like lights over here and on the top, but just that one out back. Nothing on the roof either, by the way. And then here is a nice side view. So this is probably the biggest reason why someone would jump over to a Tahoe. This Traverse only has this 2.5 liter inline-4 turbocharged engine. It's going to be good for 328 horsepower, which comes on around 5,500 RPMs, and 326 pound-feet of torque, which comes on around 3,500 RPMs. Now, all that power does go through an 8-speed transmission, aluminum construction for the engine, But yeah, I think that there should be a larger engine option for like something like a high country, because this is a lot of money. Let's just be honest. For a 4-cylinder turbocharger, everyone's doing it. I mean, if you get a Highlander, yes, it's gonna have a 4-cylinder turbo, so it's not like GM is the only one doing this. But yes, for the kind of money that you have to spend for this, I would like to have more options. Surprisingly, this interior is one of the best in the segment. They do give you a lot of soft touch on the door. Nice graphic here. Seat memories. You can automatically fold the exterior mirrors. You just have auto up and down for the driver's side, but auto down for all the other windows. I like to see automatic for all windows, up and down. I don't know why that's still something that's not happening in 2025 for 2026 model. On your seat, however, it is 12-way, including the lumbar, because it does go up and down. Perforated leather seats. Great design for the stitching. You have some like bronze piping right there too. And check out this steering wheel. This does have the Super Cruise all-wheel drive, so it is primarily in 2-wheel drive. You have your drive modes, electronic parking brake, and getting in and out is pretty easy. No grab handle on the front end, but I don't think you really need one for this. Let's check out the passenger side. 10-speaker Bose, and remember, everything that you see on this Traverse is going to come standard. Power seat, and let's see. So it is going to just be a 10-way on this side, because you cannot raise and lower the front and rear of that bottom seat cushion. But check out this dash right there. All soft touch. And then out back, no curtains in that rear, or shades, but some people call it shades. I like to call it curtains though. And then that third row seat, you can see some of the leg room there. They do provide like a bottle holder on each side with a Type-C USB right there. On the roof, air vents. Of course, you have that anchor for a child seat, and these seats do slide forward and back. And then this lever here drops the seat down. And then right there, you guys can see the lever to slide the seat back. So all the way back, decent storage right there. And I'm 6'1", all legs. This is pretty big. And this is where I think if you want to save the extra cash and get a little bit nicer trim level, that's why you would buy this over a Tahoe. Outboard heated seats, single climate control back here, and then 120 volt, 2 more Type-C USBs down there. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. So this is 11-inch screen, 17.7-inch screen. You guys see this how you start. Dual climate control. You have that 4K rear view mirror. LED interior lights. Place up here for your sunshades. Here are your sun visors with the vanity with lighting. And you guys saw the drive modes over here, right? I always forget to show this. So you have sport, off-road, snow and ice, tow haul, and then back to normal. I wonder why they don't do eco modes. Maybe they pretty much know that eco modes do nothing. So, but it makes people feel good just having an eco mode G. I'm just saying. You guys see you can control the dual climate control on the screen. However, for your seating controls for the temperature, they're only on the screen. So they're slowly moving away from hard buttons that you see down there, right? You have 2 USBs, 12 volt. This is a cover right there. And then check out the design on this center armrest here. And if you open this up, you have a removable tray. They do illuminate this area. This key card, I believe, is new for 2026. So you now have a key card to use versus if you don't want to carry around the key. I mean, just saying, I mean, we keep on reinventing the wheel with the keys. But yeah, overall, I do like how they laid everything out too. on the steering wheel. Your shifter is slightly different for this redesigned Traverse 360 camera view. If you need to hook up to a trailer, you can zoom into that. They have the side views. You can do overhead. If you want to turn off the overhead, they call it top down, but you can turn that off too. You can see forward. And if you go to vehicle status, your trip information is here. So if you want, you can actually add this to the driver display. So if I hit add to driver display, you see where it goes. That way you can have it in this screen or over there. You also have gauges. Love what they do. They give you an actual number for your oil temperature. This is good for if you're towing. And let's go ahead and click this button. So some of the stuff that normally used to be on the outside of the interior, like as a button, is now pretty much here. So if you want to do power window lockout, that's there now. If you go to see more, your like universal garage door opener, you can add. It used to be like up here, right? Or right here. Now it's inside the screen. You have up to 8 that you can add there. So again, this is definitely well thought out. I do like this screen. Very quick to respond. You can move things around. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Heated steering wheel button is on this side, and you have multiple menus for this gauge cluster right here. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. If you plan on putting this in your business name, or if you're planning on towing, these numbers might be helpful for you. So gross axle weight rating out front is 3196, the rear is 3527. Gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 6,394 pounds. 22 by 8.5 wide wheels, all in payload. It's going to be 1,531 pounds. And then the tire pressure, sorry for that blur there it is, 35 PSI all the way around. Hope you guys liked the video. As I said, this SUV is available for sale. I didn't point out it did not have the panoramic sunroof. That is an additional cost. I believe it's like $1,500, or at least that's what it was last year. But you know, GM, they might have raised the price a little bit because that's what the manufacturers do today. But yes, be sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure notifications are on. See you guys soon.